Before we get down to circular breathing, I would like to explain to you what circular breath is and a couple of techniques that you can use to practice. So circular breathing is the process of inhaling through the nose while you are simultaneously exhaling through the mouth. Now this does not mean that you're breathing in at the same time that you're breathing out. It actually means you're inhaling and then you move air to your mouth and you're exhaling by expelling air with pressure from the cheeks rather than exhaling like you normally would think of with a breath out. So I like to show people that it works a little bit like this. You hold your hand up in front and just take a breath in. This is your inhale. Then you simply bring air to the cheeks and exhale by pressing with the cheeks. And that's the essential mechanism for a circular breath. So you and that's in essence what you end up doing with the didgeridoo. Now I do hold the hand up so I can feel the constant movement of the wind. Another technique that can work for practicing your circular breath is the straw in the water technique, where instead of doing this, you're exhaling through a straw and you attempt to keep the bubbles going. If you're driving or you are finding yourself bored somewhere, the last thing you want to do is carry around a straw and blow bubbles. People will probably Baker act you. So instead, look silly by holding your hand up and blowing air. Now, when it comes to the circular breath on the didgeridoo, there's a couple of other things that we'll have to keep in mind. However, the easiest way to start is to practice your long drone, and then after you finish your drone, you pause. Don't move the lips, don't move anything. Inhale through the nose, and then do another long drone, like so. So eventually, what you're trying to do is connect that exhalation with your inhalation. And by not moving the mouthpiece and not moving your lips and keeping the embouchure the same, you can focus on what it feels like to breathe in, what it feels like to bring the air to the drone. And you simply practice to the point where that little gap where circular breath doesn't happen, you practice until that gap is bridged without having to think about it. I've seen people be able to learn how to do circular breathing in a very short period of time or a long period of time, depending on the amount of time that they would like to dedicate on a daily basis. I've seen people do this within a few weeks. However, it took me almost 3 months, and I practiced every day for 15 minutes or more. And it didn't kick in for me until I was so obsessive about this that I began to dream about the didgeridoo, and the first time I circular breathed was actually inside a dream. I woke up the next day and got it. I've seen people practice when they're watching TV, and they can get it because they're watching the TV and they're not thinking about the circular breath part, and the circular breath kicks in. The more you think about circular breathing, the more difficult it will be to actually learn it. Like I said, it's riding a bicycle, it's an intuitive feeling thing, and we have to allow that part of ourselves to make that bridge for us. So I hope that some of this tutorial has been beneficial for you, and I will demonstrate circular breathing in the next one. Thank you.